Soundstripe.
Welcome to South End Supporters, a St. Louis City SC podcast powered by Ready to Live Wellness, coming at you from the Warrior Logo Wear studio. David Heck alongside Eric Cole and the Monday morning center back Dave Wyckoff. We are back after a week off. We had intended to record last week. It didn't happen. And not the first time, Eric, that we've promised people an episode and didn't deliver. But here we are. The trio has returned.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's... I don't know. What do we think we're known more for? Is we're recording tonight and then not record tonight, or internet issues? What like when people talk about, oh, that podcast, they're the ones with, which one do you think stands out more?
My favorite is when we record and then have issues uploading it, and then the episode disappears. That's happened a couple of times.
That has, and boy, those were some hot episodes too.
God, they were
shame.
good.
Shame they'll never.
Some of
see
the best
day.
ever.
Yeah,
Hot episodes and hot men. That's the
Yes.
South End Supporters
Yes.
After Dark tagline, I believe.
That's like our motto. Hot shows, hot men.
That's right.
No, I think the idea is to keep the people wanting more. And
Yeah.
if you just give them an episode or two every week, I mean, that's not creating a buzz. That's not how you get fanboys.
I feel like of the St. Louis City podcast realm, we're the Charlies. We're just the wild cards. You never know.
Wild card.
You never know
Boy,
what.
I tell you, they don't like it when we don't put an episode out, though.
No?
People are all over the socials about it. What's
Are they
happening?
unhappy
Where's
in the
it
text
at?
inbox?
Why didn't you read my submission? You know, we
Yeah.
hear it a lot. And we hear it a lot. By the way, my microphone still smells like the cologne I sprayed into it 2 weeks ago. Just so
Nice.
you know, when I get really close to it. It's very opulent, Dave.
Man, this podcast is going to be so ahead of the curve when Smell-O-Vision comes out. Like, can you imagine
true.
on YouTube?
It's going to be nice.
There's a special subscribe where, you know, when you open the episode, you also get opulent. What was opulent Dubai?
Opulent Dubai, Dave.
Yeah, you get a nice little spritz of opulent Dubai just to kind of create the mood, you know, to kind of give the ambiance.
We're
That's gonna be
a
awesome.
multi-sensory podcast, I would
Yes.
say. Are we still uploading to YouTube? I don't even know.
When I
are we
don't
not?
use copyrighted songs, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we should. That should be the next poll for all the listeners. Is if like what do you think each camera would smell like if Smell-O-Vision was like? Was
Danger.
it,
I don't know if I want to know what the answer to that is.
I'm sure you get
Wet
some
basement?
roller grill. Yeah,
Wet
roller
basement,
grills,
wet basement and sausage, something along the lines of that.
It's a great band name.
Wet basement and sausage.
That might be the
That's a
first
punk-
one I've
that's a-
heard
that's
that's
a-
not a good band name.
That's a punk rock act from like 1984, I think.
Yeah.
That never made it out of the basement.
That never made it. Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't really play instruments. I don't know what we're going to cover today. I know there's big news, and then some decent news, and then outside of that, it seems like we're going to be talking to a lot of, or interacting, I should say, with a lot of supporters of the podcast that are out there. But
I like that.
we certainly don't want to bury the lead in this episode. St. Louis City SC announced a new head coach. It is Yoann Demat. And I love that name. It flows right off the tongue. I hope I pronounced it right. It looks like Damet, but I believe it's pronounced Damet. Eric, Dave, thoughts on the hire?
Certainly is a hire.
It's a hire.
All right, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I guess it's so tough because you don't want to make a judgment off somebody that you haven't seen enough or experienced enough. Like, I don't know enough of his body of work, and that's unfortunately because there isn't a lot. I just really thought they were going to go more the experienced route. Not saying he doesn't have a lot of experience. He doesn't have as much experience at the head as far as being the guy. He's been an assistant manager under some very, very talented coaches within the league. So, I'll give him that. And then my other thought, the reason they went this way is early on he has a lot of youth academy experience, a lot in France, some here. So I don't know if that was their line of thinking is, they really always talk about the full picture as far as St. Louis City goes, not just the first team, but the youth academy as well. So I don't know if they went that way, but yeah, an assistant coach in Columbus, an assistant coach for Cincy for a couple years. It took over a few times as interim manager for Cincy, and when they were in their real bad days, the wooden spoon years. So, record doesn't really reflect it. My concerns are a couple. Is just the lack of experience at the head of the thing. While you can be underneath some great managers and pick up a lot of things, I feel like it's a bigger difference when you're the guy making the final call and when it comes to that type of stuff. So I just wish they would have went with more experience. And then the other thing it tells me is they're not really necessary. In my mind, I don't think this is a move that is going to necessarily attract big names. Like Miami kind of showed with winning the league this year, which also we didn't get to. Miami did win the MLS Cup. Is that it does seem to be the shift of that's how the success within the league is going to go, is really vying on big name DPs that can perform for you. And I don't know how much you're going to attract new DPs when it comes to unnamed, kind of an unknown coach that doesn't have as much experience. So those are just kind of my concerns. But there's been instances where it has worked out. Look at in England, Mikel Arteta was under Pep Guardiola for years and years, and now he's doing very well. And a lot of Manchester United's former players or assistant coaches that have filled in for the many times that we've fired the managers have done somewhat well after being under, Sir Alex Ferguson. So it could work, and it can work. So I'm going to try to be optimistic and hopeful. I just wasn't expecting such a inexperienced hire, I guess.
Yeah, I'll echo that. I will. Yeah, I don't think it's any secret that we thought that was the way to go, was go with somebody with a track record of being a successful MLS head coach, and obviously the brass thought different. I will say on the positive side, if you've been an assistant under Wilfried Nancy and under Greg Vanney and have been part of two clubs that won major North American trophies, you do have pedigree, right? Like that's a big thing here. Like we talk about, we wanted a well-known guy. Well, maybe he's well-known under the radar, and that's what I kind of get out of this is, the big, the last couple of years in the NFL, the trendy thing has been to hire like people who've been successful under Sean McVay, and how many guys from the Sean McVay coaching tree now are head coaches in the NFL and having success. It's about a half a dozen. So that mindset I understand, but I do think that it kind of throws some cold water on, the fact on any hope that we might hit the ground running, or City might be planning on hitting the ground running. Like, to me, you start from the scratch with a first-time head coach. You're not looking to compete next year, not seriously anyway. So that might be a bit of a reality check for the fan base. And I don't find it particularly encouraging that his last name could also be pronounced as Damet, because we found ourselves saying Damet quite a bit last year. So whatever that's worth, I don't know. That doesn't get me excited.
Born in 1990.
I really don't like that.
1990. It's
Yeah,
unreal,
really don't like
isn't
that.
it?
That was the thing, is when he became interim manager for Cincinnati, he was the youngest MLS head coach in history. So
Yeah, and
he
that was like in 2019.
29. Yeah, he was like 29 at the time when he did that. So yeah, he's on the younger end for sure.
I don't like having a coach and a sporting director that are younger than me. I take that personally.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's
How
going to
old
happen
Ray?
more and more now.
How old's Ray?
Ooh.
He's 36, 35,
Oh, really?
36.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
he's
he
young
was that
too.
young. Yeah. Oh, that's.
I mean, Columbus, LA Galaxy, FC Cincinnati, all have had good runs. They've been productive franchises.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not the name that you want, but if you want to talk about teams that have a track record of doing positive things in the MLS, he's been right there. I mean, Wilfried Nancy just went and signed a contract to coach Celtic over in Scotland. Probably the biggest soccer team in Scotland, probably the biggest sports team in Scotland. Now, he's lost his first three. He's not doing great, but the fact that this guy, cut his teeth at the Crew when he was there. I mean, there's got to be some things learned through osmosis, you would think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting also because they've really hyped up in the announcement of he's going to continue on the St. Louis City way and all that type of stuff, and it's like, well,
what does that mean? I'm not sure what that is.
Right, it's kind of like at the same time, hey, we're going 2 years without the playoffs. Maybe we should listen to what he had. Maybe we should invite other ideologies and all that type of stuff. And Columbus Crew has been a very successful club, especially in the past couple of years. And like you said, Nancy's been one of the best managers, if not the best manager, throughout the MLS the past couple of years. So yeah, I hope he takes just that sort of experience of what the things he picked up on how Nancy controlled the games and changes he would see. And because you always see that when the manager goes straight over and he's discussing stuff, it's typically with that assistant manager. So I hope he really, learned a lot, or maybe he was bringing some stuff to the table as well that can be successful. It's just, I think we were kind of I guess another shock to me is if you were going to go kind of relatively unknown, you almost would have thought that they would have just stuck with Critch and, maybe kept it that way. I guess that was why I was more surprised that it wasn't more of an experienced name. It was like, well, we had that kind of unknown kind of deal with Critch, which they also said they're looking to, maintain keeping Critch around. I don't know if that means he goes back to the youth level or if he is just stays on as a first team assistant coach or something like that. So I'll be curious to see. I've heard a lot of rumors that Critch is going to really now kind of look to branch out and see if he can get a head coach job himself somewhere else. So it'll be interesting. Here's where St. Louis's silly season really gets started, because now you have your manager, you have your sporting director. Now we see like what sort of sporting decisions are made. Kess still hasn't re-signed. Is that still a plan? Is Kess still in the plans with the new manager and all that type of stuff? Now is where you really got to start kind of keeping your head to any sort of rumors, because everything's set in place as far as behind the scenes. So now it's all the on-field stuff I feel that they have to iron out before the season.
Well, Kessler is still around in the St. Louis area because he's posting Instagram photos of himself on the Metrolink late at night. And I would like to put a public service announcement to anyone who has a connection to Henry Kessler, because this is the second time that he's put himself in very questionable situations in the Metro East area. The first being hanging out at Horseshoe Lake Park. And now he's riding and now he's riding a Metrolink at night. Someone tell Henry
about that place.
Yes, someone tell Henry. This was during the day, by the way. Henry needs to know to protect himself, to stay in more positive situations.
Yeah, joking aside, we won't touch too much on Horseshoe Lake, but that might be more of an inside joke with Granite Cityans, Dave. I bet Eric doesn't even know about Horseshoe Lake, but I mean, he probably knows what it is, but. Metrolink at nighttime, I don't know.
That I do know about.
Not great.
No.
Not great.
No.
Track record would speak otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't love that for him. I'll be honest with you. Get this guy a car. Like, what? Why are you right? I mean, like,
the New Yorker in him just loves public transportation.
Yeah. I mean, this is. Listen, I love St. Louis. I think we all love St. Louis, but a massive municipality that relies on public transit, it is not.
No.
I don't think there's a need for that, to be completely honest with you. But kudos to him for trying to maybe take care of the environments and, get one polluted vehicle off the road.
He lives life one day at a time.
That's it. Yoann Demat, new head coach of St. Louis City, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of more to cover on that as things unfold the rest of this offseason. And into next, I'm with you guys. I'm curious about Critch. I was on record saying that I wish they would have signed Hack the year before and would have liked to have seen them stuck with Critch. But as it stands right now, this will make the third St. Louis City head coach, followed by 2 interim head coaches in a 3-year span at this point. So hopefully something sticks and we could start to see things gel and develop here. And I am also... going to go on record saying that maybe the St. Louis City way is not the way that we necessarily should be looking at things moving forward. It might be nice to have fresh perspective or outside perspective as the team has started to struggle over really about a 2.5-year span at this point.
Yeah, I feel like Damet also needs to realize that, as you guys were saying, how it could be pronounced. I think how he gets this team rolling early on really is the fork in the road on how we take his pronunciation of his name as far as any sort of nicknames going forward.
Yeah.
You know, Damet could be a lot of fun. There could be a lot of things that will rhyme off with that. We all know where we're going down that road if it doesn't start so hot for him. So.
Dave, do you think they'll introduce crepes at City Park now, or some other sort of French treat?
That's interesting. I don't know the new coach's preference for crepes. I don't want to put that label on him that just because he's of French descent that he automatically likes crepes.
You ever had a crepe, Dave?
I certainly love crepes. Yes,
they're amazing. Everyone likes crepes.
Is French cuisine known for anything other than like baked goods, like
cheese, wine,
and wine?
Yeah, everything delicious. I really like crepes as long as they're not. I really like crepes as long as they're not wrapped too tight. If you wrap the crepes too tight, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Are you a sweet or a savory crepe guy?
Ooh, I could go either way. As long as they're wrapped by real Cubans and not Dominicans. And you didn't get that reference the first time around, and now you've gotten it.
Now I got it. I recognize that reference.
Yes.
I like a savory crepe. I personally. I like them both, I guess. But what was that place, Rooster? I think it closed downtown.
Yes. Oh, did it really?
Another one?
That's a bummer. Rooster was strong.
There might be another one, though. I feel like there's 2 locations. Everything closes downtown. That's the way it goes. But I like, man, they had like a chicken and avocado thing. That was really good. God, I love crepes.
We've gone there a couple times before Boxing Day because it's on the way
good spot.
Down to
it was on Olive, I think.
Amsterdam.
Downtown.
Yeah.
But I heard it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely.
We got this Google machine here. We'll check it out while you guys are talking amongst yourselves.
Yeah, but they are good. Eric, you got to be a sweet crepe guy.
Yeah, I haven't had a savory crepe to tell, but because the amount of times I've had crepes is not. I remember at that Rooster place, me and Kristen went there. I forget what we were doing going there before, but we went there for a brunch or something, and I got it was like a Nutella. Banana.
I was with you. I think I was with you for a brunch there one time.
Were you? I mean, there's a good chance. Yeah, I remember there was another one somewhere that was like a strawberry cream, and that was fire. But to
last
me,
night.
You gotta give me the filling in there, man. Like if you skimp me on the filling, then it's.
That's why you can't wrap it too tight.
So Rooster has 2 locales that are still open, according to this information. One on Wash Ave and one on Grand.
Okay, the Wash Ave one's the one downtown. It wasn't on Olive. Sorry. Hopefully the owner of Rooster is not a huge listener to the show.
Please. Thank you.
I apologize for that.
Crepes,
for sure.
pancakes, scrambles, and slingers. Man, that is speaking my language.
Sarah is into sourdough. She makes things with sourdough. She does her own bread. It's a hobby of hers now, and you can make anything out of sourdough. She makes sourdough pizza crust. She makes sourdough cookies.
You know what I had today? That's so funny that you said that. You know what I had today? We had a food day to celebrate someone's retirement today at the office, and somebody brought in sourdough cinnamon rolls, and they were delicious.
Dude, it's amazing. Like last night, we had breakfast, right?
I love breakfast
for dinner. I'm a big fan of it. I like it too. And Sarah makes homemade chocolate chip pancakes, and she makes it out of sourdough, and they're amazing. It's like anything that you could think that you would use regular. I don't even know how to bake stuff, flour or bread or whatever you put in it. Like the sourdough is just better. Like it's all better. I don't know. I can't describe it. And the sourdough, man, the pancakes were so good. I was eating them as I was making them. As I was making them, Eric, I was flipping them with one hand, and I had one in my hand, eating it with the other. It was just like a barbarian. Didn't even make it to the plate.
Pancakes are an underrated hand food.
Dude, they are. Thank you. Now, the chocolate gets messy.
Yeah.
But if you can find a corner to hold on to that's not covered in it, it's definitely an easy-to-eat hand food for sure.
Wasn't it Taco Bell that tried their route in breakfast where they did it was a pancake
they had it for a while.
Something like as a taco, and then they'd put like
it was like a flat. It was like a flat crunch wrap, wasn't it?
It's like a Mexican McGriddle.
Was it? Oh, I thought I was picturing somebody did like an actual it looked like a taco, but it was a pancake or a French toast or something to that effect.
Yeah, it was like a McGriddle with Mexican food.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, yeah, man,
dude, so good.
Let's get
So
on
good.
some of those. Like some, we'll call
That'd
them
be
South End
nice.
Slingers, and then they'll just be those little things, and we'll just
South End Slingers. We could do a food truck with that, I think.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
So we've got a food truck. If we ever invest in that food truck, you've already got your potato chip idea, and then we got those as well coming out the back end. Nice.
We've got a couple other things to get into. Obviously, new head coach Yoann Demat, or Damet, depending on what the team's record is. Come, I don't know, May or so, maybe April. We'll see how things are trending at that point. Kind of the first of the elite news and notes from the back post, I suppose. But it's important to talk about the sponsors. You got to support them. And that's a good one at 101 The Game Drive in Glen Carbon, Illinois, inside of the Sports Academy. We will talk a little World Cup coming into this segment as well, talk about the draw, talk about some of the matches, and wherever else that conversation may take us. But before we do that, Dave, please talk about the fine people over at Elite F2.
The premier youth sports training program in the Metro East, and they've been doing it since 2002. They've got some interesting holiday things going on right now, so you need to head on over to eliteft.com. They'll have one-day camps. They're starting up their speed and agility stuff for January. All kinds of great stuff going on at EFT, all ages, all levels of soccer training and sports training. EliteFT.com or EliteFT Soccer on all the socials. They bring you the elite news and notes from the back post. We kind of already got going with those with Coach Damet, and that's how I'm going to call him for now on because I'm American and I'm not French. But Eric, we got a World Cup draw. Well, should we talk about other coaching fallout that preceded Coach Damet coming in first before to go to the World Cup? Because
we'll get
Coach
all the
Hack,
city news out of the way, and then we'll finish out with the world. Yeah. So as David was still holding on to hope that Hack was going to get the call, it looks like he has taken a job at the U.S. Naval Academy, and he will be the head ahead of the men's soccer program there. We kind of put it out on our socials. Like, it was one where you're bummed to see him go, just in general, leaving with the club after everything he's done. Youth level, first team, sporting direct, all that type of stuff. He was just a good presence within the team. But you're happy for him to take on such a, I don't know. I never saw. Did he have any? Was he former military or any connection?
I haven't
to the
seen
US
anything.
Naval,
I haven't.
program, or is
I
that
haven't
just
seen,
an opportunity that he took?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything, and I haven't seen any info, like interview info or anything. But it seems like a cool opportunity for a guy that, he had a good run as a head coach, but I kind of think he's okay being a developmental guy, and that's kind of a college job is kind of in between, right? That kind of is more the same like being the City 2 coach to me. So yeah, awesome for him. It is going to be a bummer to lose that presence, and maybe this is like the biggest signal of like the changing of the guard. Like if Coach Hack has been leading the development drive over the last couple of years and he's gone, then maybe it is maybe they are hitting a full reset. I think we talked about this was months into the season, but how we had some insider info leaked to us that the ownership was not happy with the academy development, and maybe that's part of the reason that Hack went down the road too. But we'll never really know, and good for him. And we got some good times going to games for teams coached by Coach Hack, and we wish him all the best, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's an interesting point. That you're right. Maybe that is the signaling of the.
And I don't know anything. I don't have any more. that one time was the only time I heard anything about it. We didn't dive into it anymore, so that's like just minor speculation on my part. So
yeah,
just reading the tea leaves.
And then to end on a good note, at least for City is involved, they were winners of 2 awards handed out by the MLS, one for Youth Fan Engagement Initiative of the Year and Engagement and Inclusion Club of the Year. So 2 big awards handed out to City, and I think 2 very well-deserved awards. Just our personal experience just being at City Park and everything they do, as far as we see all the time with what they try to involve with the youth, whether it's, little get-togethers at certain pop-ups around St. Louis, whether it's like the zoo or the aquarium or little signings that they have at the shop, just always getting the kids involved, the little mini pitches that they've made, just everything with the youth is very prevalent as far as city goes. And then engagement inclusion, I mean, you know, having those like sensory rooms and different sort of things, the
board things that people that are visually impaired, I don't even understand how it works. Like amazing. Yeah. Like I haven't, you know, like my brain can't even wrap, like I can't even fathom how that's even used, but it looks amazing. So very cool.
I would be like, those are always such the coolest videos I see, where people in the past have taken like blind relatives or something like that, and they guide their hands on a little board. Every time I see that, while my first thought is like how amazing that is. My second thought is just like how terrible I would be at that, like having to assist somebody with guiding their hands, because I'd be animated the whole time, throwing their hands all over the place, and they'd be like, I don't know what is going on right now, man. So yeah,
Eric is signing play-by-play for the deaf, and he's just going crazy. Like nobody can understand him.
Nobody would understand anything, but it's just great that, you know, if you're not going to be successful on the field, you're at least still successful somewhere else. And
I do have one question. Have either of you been to a City 2 match before?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What are the prices like for food and drink at City 2 matches?
Ooh, I didn't get food when I went.
It was super affordable, and the ones that I've been to, none of the major I think it was the markets were the only place that were open and stuff.
Because it does say on the website that for the Youth Fan Engagement Initiative of the year, that City 2 prices were family friendly for tickets, which I understand, and food and drink. I have never been to a City 2 match, but the tickets are not family friendly, and food prices, drink prices for the big club. So I didn't know how City 2 was, but that's good if it is.
Yeah, I think they maybe got that award more off the field stuff than within the stadium. If I'm just going out on a hunch with that one, yeah. But that's what I have City 2. So now we'll get into the World, which again is the World Cup draw. Big announcements.
Can we talk about Eric? David, you didn't watch it. Eric, did you watch any of this shit show?
No, because was it a Tuesday or a Wednesday?
It was a Saturday. It was a Friday.
How do you know I didn't watch it?
Because it was in the. Yeah, I don't think you would have watched it. I don't think that would have been on you.
I was somewhere when it happened, so I didn't watch it.
You know, you might have watched it.
Everything I've read about it, it just sounded.
You might have watched it if you'd have known how much of a shit show it turned into.
Was this the selection type show they did?
This was the draw where they actually drew the teams and decided which groups.
I saw some of those. I saw a couple of clips.
Yeah, there were peace awards and musical acts, and it was quite the event. But
I heard they kept trying to get Rio Ferdinand to be like funny, and his jokes just were bombing, and it was just like, but he's reading a teleprompter, and it's just like, oh god.
Yeah, Kevin Hart hosted. It was the whole thing.
Yeah, there was like Shaq and Kevin Hart, and it's just like, what? I don't know what I'm watching right now. Like, yeah, it was. It made news, international news. I'll tell you that much. And,
yeah.
Maestro Andrea Bocelli was there. It looks like.
Yeah. You got to call him the Maestro.
The Maestro.
Or could you call him Andrea, or do you have to call him the Maestro?
Robbie Williams. Andrea Bocelli, Nicole Scherzinger. Eric, I think she was in the Pussycat Dolls, I believe, back in the day.
I got to tell you, when I think of soccer,
Robbie
I think
Williams.
of Andrea Bocelli. That's right. That's what I think of when I think of soccer.
What about that, Dave? Did you like that song, Don't Ya? Wish your boyfriend was a girlfriend was a freak like me.
I remember it was quality. It was a quality track.
Don't bring up songs that Dave will play and get us. Again. Just quit trying to influence him over there.
Do you want me to play it? I can.
I wonder if Andrea Bocelli joined her on stage for that. They did kind of a duet.
Oh, that would be fun.
That'd be nice.
That would be fun.
Robbie
anyway,
Williams
it was wild, but obviously what everybody was really there for. Well, I guess some people might have been tuning in for the show, but wanted to know, number one, most important to us, the U.S. men's group, because host nations for this World Cup got really, really favorable preference, really, really favorable draws. This was the first year where FIFA put
the top 9 teams in the world and the 3 host nations in the same pot is what they call them, and they drew those names first. The whole point of this whole draw was to get as many of the high quality teams into separate groups so they have the chance to meet up more in the knockout stage and the later stages. So you took the top 9 and then you threw in Canada, Mexico, and the USA. USA comes out with a really favorable draw, Australia, Paraguay, and then a to be determined, what do they call them, Eric? Is it a continental playoff team or a European playoff team?
I think I think it's continental. I don't know, because the one we're really trying to avoid, I think, is Turkey. I think that was the one that we're looking in, and it was kind of that team. I don't think we have a good record against them. Which somebody on the socials, I couldn't find it was, but somebody was pointing out records against all these clubs, and it was just
Turkey beat the USA in a friendly, in August. I think it was 5-0.
It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good at all. Whether it was the MLS squad or not, it wasn't good.
I feel like the U.S. though, you never know. We'll be in the group of death, and we'll still be competitive, and then we'll get a group, and it's just all right, cool, we'll make it out of that, and then all of a sudden it's just, it's the other thing too. You pointed this out is the times some of these games are played. I know you're trying to somewhat cater to the rest of the world, and I know this is the first year that they're doing more teams, and that's why you're not seeing as many quote-unquote groups of death, although there are still some pretty tough groups out there. But I think you sent one of them, and it was starting at 10 p.m. our time, and you're just thinking what? How is it we're waking up at 3 a.m. every other World Cup, and then here it's now I'm gonna have to stay up past 10, to start that.
I don't remember being catered to during the South Korea World Cup. I remember getting up at 2:00 in the morning quite a few times to watch those games. But I understand it. It's the world's event, man. I mean, and I think the latest games, the weirdest times are the Australia. I think they have Australia kicking off at midnight on the West Coast one game. There might be a 2 a.m. game on the West Coast one game. It is what it is. There are some really strange locations though. I think I saw that is it South Korea plays all 3 of their games in Mexico, or Japan plays 2 of their games in Mexico? It's just very interesting placement. But we could go. This is an Eric and I geek out event. We could go for hours and hours.
I'm more focused on the entertainment for this event. I'm still very intrigued by this. I want to read something. Can I read an excerpt, Dave? Is that okay?
No, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
The audience will be treated to some remarkable live performances. Maestro Andrea Bocelli, one of the most acclaimed classical vocalists in history, will take the stage alongside global superstar Robbie Williams, who will perform with American singer and award-winning multi-hyphenate, Dave, Nicole Scherzinger. You like that?
What's a multi-hyphenate?
I had to look it up. It's because she does a lot of things. I've never heard anyone ever in the history been described as that before. It's like Cordell Stewart, Dave, would have been a multi-hyphenated athlete. Slash, right? Remember him?
I do. I was thinking multi-hyphenate, meaning you had a lot of last names.
No,
more
I
than
think
one hyphen in your last name.
Yeah, no. I mean, Nicole Scherzinger is her name. The next snippet, followed by a picture of the group. Once the draw has concluded, the Village People will treat the audience to an iconic performance of YMCA, their global anthem. And then there's a photo of the Village People. I will say, I think there's been some turnover in this group because some of the Village People don't look that old, and they should be older than they are.
There's one original member in the Village People.
I've spotted him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing says World Cup like the Village People and the Pussycat Dolls. I just
Unbelievable.
It's unreal.
But there's also I think they announced it that the final is going to have a halftime show.
Yes.
They're really trying. I don't think they've announced who it's going to be, but there's going to be there's a lot of weird things going on. There's a time the times game that you're going to have water breaks every 30 minutes. I think they said once in each half, just because to deal with the heat.
Mm-hmm.
halftime shows. I think there's a Pride game where the game that they scheduled to be the Pride game features two teams where it's illegal in their country. It's just like I think we gotta move that around or something. It's just like
game's gone. Game's gone, Eric. Game's gone.
Game's gone. Was there a group outside of like I said, with adding in more teams, you're kind of getting away from like having those real groups of death. I mean that Group F with Netherlands, Japan, and whoever that that play-in team could be tough. Japan's, definitely rose in the ranks. You got Brazil, Morocco. That's a tough group.
Yeah, I think it's for me the toughest group and the most exciting group is. I'm sorry,
England?
I lost. No, it's France, Norway, Senegal, and whoever the FIFA playoff team is.
Yeah,
France and Senegal. That is a colonial rivalry, right? Mm-hmm. And Senegal, I think, has beaten France in friendlies recently.
Oh, right.
And France, obviously, being the best team in the world, the defending World Cup champions, and then you've got Norway, Erling Haaland making his World Cup debut finally, and a Norway
they didn't
team
make it. They didn't make it last time.
Yeah,
right?
This is the first time they've been in 30 years, and they're a pretty good team. I mean, if you go through Norway's starting lineup, there's quite a few of the big four stars from the big four leagues.
Yeah, they should be better than what they are.
So they should be a good team, and then you never know who that fourth team is going to be. So that group.
They're already trying to pump up that France-Norway game because you got Mbappe versus Holland, I think.
Exactly.
And so they're really trying to get that. They're going to run with that sort of play.
I mean, Argentina got to walk. The England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama group is probably going to be the most competitive group.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Panama, CONCACAF teams generally don't do well in group stage of World Cup. Not a whole lot advanced, but if we know anything from watching CONCACAF qualifying, they're gonna put a beating on you. That's for damn sure. So
how far does the U.S. get in this?
It depends on the. I didn't look at the whole. I haven't looked at the whole. Branch as far as like who we could play if we come out. I think everything changing this year.
Yeah.
I think it'll depend on who we see next. Or not trying to get ahead of ourselves by any means, but if we get out of the group, that'll be, I think,
the craziest part about this whole thing is that if Turkey gets in, Turkey should be the favorite to win the group, in my mind.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me that they're having to qualify this way, but that's just the difference in the European qualification and then CONCACAF qualification. But
I mean, that's kind of how we've seen it before with Italy was not in it. A couple ago? But I mean, they would beat a lot of the teams probably that qualify, right?
So USA should finish top 2 in this group, like easily. I think that's like minimum expectation. If they're fighting for one of those third place slots, then it was a major fit. I think to meet any sort of expectations, they're going to have to finish top 2 in the group, if not win the group, and then win at least one, if not 2 knockout stage games.
I say you got to get to the round of 8. I think you got to get
round
to
of eight. Man, that's
somewhere
tough.
around there.
Is there a chance they would play Mexico?
That's what you said. It would be.
Could you imagine that?
Wouldn't it be 2 wins out of the group? I don't think the world, or at least the North America, could handle a U.S.
Could you imagine a U.S. Mexico game in L.A. for a knockout game? Oh my God! To the ground.
It looked like this is the end.
That would be crazy. I'm rooting for it.
Yeah, are you? Do you put action on World Cup games?
Me?
Yeah.
Eric, I will put action on anything.
Well, I know,
South Korean baseball, you'll bet World Cup.
Done it.
It's one of my favorite stories of yours. Is your Korean baseball betting adventures?
Yeah, that was during COVID. There was nothing else to bet on at the time.
But I thought you. I didn't know if you after you looked up your DraftKings winnings.
Yeah, I mean, it lasted for like a week. It was fine.
You're back on.
You know what I did the other night, and I kind of regretted it. Have you ever been over to the Fairmount Casino? The Fairmount Racetrack has a casino in it now.
Yeah, it's FanDuel. Yeah, I have not been in there.
It's not. So this is not affiliated with FanDuel. So FanDuel has the sports book on one side, where like the club
so
seats were at.
Actual casino.
Then there's like a mini casino. There's a lot of machines in there. There's no live dealers, right? But they have bubble craps. Dave, I love bubble craps, and so I went over there to play bubble craps, and I didn't do very good, but I got a $25 restaurant voucher, so I feel like I won.
You could eat the pain away. Yeah. That game.
What's bubble craps?
So bubble craps, Eric, is like craps, except there's no live shooter. Instead, you remember the game growing up called Trouble?
That's what I was picturing, where you press it down and it pops the dice?
Yeah. Okay. So you press a button, and above you there's these two big dice that kind of jumble around, and then whatever they land on, that's the number. And it's done on a virtual board, so you push the number. But I don't know. I like it. I do like the action at a live craps table. It's fun, but this is nice. It's a good alternative. I enjoy it. And so they have that there, and virtual blackjack as well. So I went over to check it out and lost everything and then left.
Do either of you have who's your pick for the World Cup this year? Do you have a pick?
I mean, I don't expect any like surprises in group. They've got the draw set up to put the top 32 teams in knockout. I mean, there'll be a couple, but you really are narrowing down the chance of having like a Cinderella run. I hate to say it because they always end up shitting the bed at the end, but I think England have to be like one of the prohibitive favorites in this. They're so damn good, and they've been to the last two finals in major tournaments, and they just haven't gotten across the line. And I was listening to The Guardian today, and they were talking about their depth at all their positions. And they've got Thomas Tuchel now, who's won major European trophies. So I got to think that England has to be one of the favorites. France, obviously, Spain. I think Portugal,
England or Spain, I think, are my two.
Yeah, I think Portugal. I think Portugal's a dark horse.
No, because they're going to start Ronaldo.
If maybe he'll get hurt. If Ronaldo gets hurt, then they're a lot better off because they don't have to play him. I don't have any high hopes for any of the African teams. I was reading an article the other day about how this is the worst possible setup for all the African teams this year because they've got AFCON that starts next week. So two major tournaments within 6 months of each other, plus all the club players. They didn't get great group draws either. So I don't have high hopes for the Senegals and the Ghanas of the world.
No, Ivory Coast has Germany. They might get out of that one. They got Curacao and Ecuador.
I mean, they'll get it. They'll get out. But I'm saying like actually making like real waves. The defending champion. I called France the defending champion. It's Argentina's the defending champion. They've gotten better. Argentina, if you look at their talent, they've gotten better. They've got guys that aren't going to play in the World Cup that are just absolute monsters. And they've got Messi still. Now, what does Messi do this World Cup compared to last World Cup? He doesn't defend a whole lot these days. He kind of just hangs around up top. But, God, the dude could still put the ball on a dime anywhere he wants. He didn't have the electric pace like he had when he was in his 20s or even his early 30s, but he's still just a baller. So
they've been playing him like almost as a 9 here lately.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets to float around. That's what he does. He gets to float around and make shit happen, and they've got enough talent around him to continue that. So I don't know. I expect the favorites to do what they do, and I think England finally brings it home.
Talk about another place burned in the ground if that happened. It would just be Jack Grealish would he'd be on a month-long bender if he did that during City winning. I know he's not part of the England squad, but
Grealish might not even be on the team this time. That's the level of depth that they have.
He will just drink throughout the entire World Cup. That's even worse.
Dave, you would really like Jack Grealish. I think he seems.
I don't like his hair. I've seen his hair before. I don't.
Oh, he's got great hair game.
I don't like it. Doesn't do it for me. It reminds me a little bit of, actually, hold on, before I say this, let me make sure I'm talking about the right guy.
I think you are. If you went to the hair first, it's probably the right guy.
Yeah.
That was what once you said, I was like, he knows it.
That could be.
Yeah, it's too.
You could start.
I don't like. That's what I don't like. I don't like the rubber band thing. That
You could
you
you could start being a Jack Grealish fanboy that could lead you to be an Everton fan, and that could be your squad.
Everton. I'll just never do it. I can't. I just have no rooting interest in it.
You get up early already.
I do.
Yeah, you're a big fan of worldly things, soccer.
I watch some of the EPL matches. Still, I mean, I don't watch nearly as much as you, but if they're on in the morning and I'm up.
Yeah, but you got to pick a team. Enough with this
but
enjoying your whole weekend watching all exciting games. You got to suffer with a team.
But I can't. But that's the thing is, like, I know. I'm sorry. But, like, I watch the NFL, too. I have zero rooting interest in that league. Zero.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the teams. There's 2 teams that I hate, and then the rest of the teams I don't care about. It's like, and that's it. I don't know what else to say. And one of those teams are out of the playoffs.
Start your fandom this week. This week on Saturday at 2:00, Everton host Arsenal. That's a perfect place to start your Evertonian fandom.
Good.
If we're
I hate Arsenal.
There you go.
If we're being fair with David, since he's already likes the color scheme, and to give him somewhat of a competitive team, he should go Villa.
Villa's colors are the best, by the way.
So
they are the best.
Are they Villa's colors or are they Burnley's colors?
Burnley's are also great, and I think is it West Ham that has the same color scheme roughly?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the best. Why an American sporting team has not adopted those colors? I don't understand
Colorado
it.
has it right on their table.
The Avalanche.
Maroon for
That's the Avalanche colors.
Yeah, but it's a different blue. It's a different blue. Their blue's darker.
Tried it a couple years ago where it was that lighter.
Oh, the Rapids.
That light, you need that claret blue or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's claret.
You need that and then that maroon color together. No other American sports team. I said American sporting team earlier. I hate myself for saying that. No other American sports team has adopted that. I think a major league needs to have that as their color scheme, and I would root for them.
No, I give it to you.
It's so good.
I think it's too English.
Is it? It's so good. English. That color scheme is so good.
We like our oranges and blues around here, and our blacks and yellows.
We do love that.
Very
Reds
Brucey
and blacks
Bourbon.
and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like is when Villa. Hold on a second. Villa has a different jersey that I've seen them wear before. It looks nothing like their normal. I don't like when teams do that. When they put a third jersey out there, it's like a totally
got the third
different
kit.
color scheme.
Oh, dude,
I don't like
Newcastle's third kit that they wore in their last. That may have been my favorite jersey I've ever seen.
I'm all for a third kit.
Are almost my favorite.
I love third kits. Sure, go with it. Use the same color scheme. I like some of the City Connect jerseys in baseball. But I like the ones that are the same color scheme. I like the Anaheim Angels City Connect jersey is great. I think it looks amazing. I like what the Cardinals wear, but it's the same color.
That's blasphemy.
Same color scheme.
That's
I don't know what to
absolute blasphemy.
say.
You probably like red caps on the road too.
I don't like red caps on the road.
I was gonna say you have to throw down.
That is a terrible look. You know, they wore those for a long time. I remember, was it like 96 or so? I think when the new ownership group took over, they switched to blue, but they were wearing red throughout the 80s.
Yeah.
My dad loves the red. Man, South End Stan loves the red hat on the road. I don't get it.
He's got questions.
He doesn't like any other hat but the red hat, does he?
I know. He hates the Sunday hat, and I've always liked the Sunday hat.
I wore the Sunday hat one time, and
Did
normally
he kick you out of his house?
He hates the Sunday hat. He hates the Saturday home jerseys, and he hates the powder blue. He wants
his
white
hatred of the
and
powder
gray.
blue. His hatred of the powder blue really hurts my feelings.
Well, and it's
really
like,
does.
dude, you're quite literally his favorite team of all time, of any sport, is the '85 Cardinals.
Yeah.
Loves them.
Powder
That's
blue?
what they wore.
Yep.
That's what they wore. They wore them.
Yep.
He loved the '80s Cardinals. They wore that color, and for whatever reason, he just can't get on board with it. I don't know. He wants a white jersey with stirrups. He doesn't like socks. Doesn't like high socks. He wants stirrups, and he wants a little bit of the stirrup to show. He basically wants every player to look like Greg Maddux from here on out.
We don't kink shame, so he can have stirrups if he wants. We had a little impromptu. Well, I guess it wasn't impromptu, but a little bro down get together at Global on Sunday watching.
Yeah, I wanted to
football.
come. I couldn't make it.
Yeah, it's all good. And we were watching the games, and our buddy Brian, so Global Brew in Edwardsville fancies itself as a Bill's Mafia bar.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
Were you in the one there in the little strip next to that car wash?
Yeah.
I was next door at Brick and Bramble.
Oh, I thought you'd be working.
wow.
Otherwise, I'd have said something
No,
to you about
we went out for Chris. We were looking in there because there were 2 dogs in there, and we just
we had a bunch of people in there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So there were the Bills Patriots game was on 3 TVs, and Brian never misses. He's never missed a fastball in his life. He said something to the effect of, "What the hell is this? I feel like I'm in Stan's basement." Multiple TVs on the same game.
Oh yeah,
It was
Did
classic.
anybody switch to the jewelry channel?
There was no home shopping network. Fortunately, they had their shit together. So shout out South End Stan, but God, your tastes are just getting worse and worse as you get older.
Elite News and Notes from the Back Post, brought to you by Elite FT at 101 The Game Drive in Glen Carbon, Illinois, inside of the Sports Academy. Dave, we talked a little bit about crepes earlier. Crepes or kolaches? What do you like better?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask this because I don't know that I can go there.
Well, you're going to have to for the sake of the sponsor, Dave.
I mean, for the sake of the sponsor, I'll go kolache.
There we
as
go.
long as it's from STL Kolache in Sunset Hills. Let's see, 1530. Yeah, it's a 1530. How can I forget that?
It is.
I didn't have my live read in front of me, bro. 1530 South Kirkwood Road, at the intersection of Kirkwood Road and Watson, next to Highway 44, home of the original chicken enchilada kolache. I don't know how I would do with a chicken enchilada crepe. So that
it would be good. I promise.
I lean kolache. I mean, kolache, you can't go wrong with kolache. I don't know about crepes for lunch. So it's kolache's more versatile,
crepes
right?
for all 3 meals, but I think you could do kolaches definitely for all 3 meals.
Crepe's not a good hand food.
It's not at all. Impossible. Impossible to eat.
Impossible hand food.
Impossible.
You get crepes on a roller grill?
Man, I just think that, again, you're talking hand food. Kolache roller grill would make sense.
I feel like a crepe would on a roller grill too long would turn into a taquito. Like it would just keep
Maybe that's the idea.
It would crunch up, you know.
Maybe that's I do have they do have those little the French toast and sausage roller grills that kind of remind me of a little crepe, a little crispy crepe.
I like that. I'm a kolache guy. Kolaches are, by the way, the official handheld food of South End supporters. Just got named that, believe it or not.
Even more than a wing. That's a big deal. You beat out wings,
it is,
that's a big
actually.
deal.
1530 South Kirkwood Road in Sunset Hills. I don't know. They usually bring you the match week preview, but we don't have one of those to do, so now we're just randomly talking about them, weaving them into the segments.
Breaking wing news, by the way. Breaking wing news. Dex Wyckoff, Flats guy.
No, he's not.
Flats guy.
Flats guy.
Cannot, for the life of him, figure out why anybody would be a drumstick guy.
Has he had one before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you just not allow.
I presented him with 12 wings today, and he ate 6 flats, and he threw the other 6 drummies in the garbage.
Eric, there's a debate. It's a nature versus nurture debate. And I think that we're crossing into that realm here with this, because I think is exactly what's happened, right? He's been conditioned. As you know, growing up, you're going to be conditioned certain ways, and he's obviously been conditioned this way. I don't think if Dex Wyckoff was growing up in my household that he would be eating flats. I'll be honest.
I think he was born this way.
The frontal lobe doesn't fully develop until 25 years
25,
old. So
yeah.
You
We'll
can
see.
make a lot of smart life
We'll see.
decisions between now and then.
But then again, like, it makes sense, right, to think that a kid, 10, 11 years old, would choose a flat over a drum, because I think it's a more immature.
I also feel like maybe this was some sort of Christmas threat from the Monday morning center back of like, now, do you want this present or do you want this drum?
Yeah.
That's not up to me. That's up to Santa Claus. It's not up to me. That's up to Santa. And I heard Santa's a flats guy too. So
Santa's not a flats guy.
Maybe
cookies.
he's
Dude, that guy's not eating wings with that beard. That white beard would be all stained, especially if he's eating a flat. Especially.
Yeah. No.
Impossible. Couldn't do it.
Speaking of frontal lobe not being developed.
We've gone off the rails this episode. Eric, tell the people about the best place to work out in the city of St. Louis, sir.
Of course, that is Ready to Live Wellness. A one-stop shop. They'll take care of everything you need as far as your health and fitness goals. They offer so many different varieties of exercise that you could be doing there. They have yoga, Pilates, CrossFit, personal training, any sort of workouts that you want, and they'll make sure you're doing it in a safe environment and making sure you're tailoring your goals to keep you on track. And they're also constantly offering many different outside of the gym activities as well, so it really grows a great community. And then, of course, there's a one-stop shop, so body movement specialists, PTs, anything keeping your health. They've got fire and ice, a lot of great things that they offer. It's the best place. It's a one-stop shop. It's Ready to Live Wellness. But I do real quick want to give a quick send our hearts out to the R2L Wellness family, as one of their coaches, Zach, unfortunately lost his battle with cancer this past week. Such a bummer. We talked about him a little bit earlier in the year, I believe it was, when he was first diagnosed. Just an all-around, just great dude. If you ever got to know him, fan of everybody. So keep the R2L Wellness family in your thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to support, I should say, for Zach and his family there. And again, as always, if you're looking to get swole like Eric Cole, you got to check out Ready to Live Wellness. Dave, I got a story for you. I know you love story time. I have a girl on my softball team, right? I coach a softball team. I play softball, not well, but I do coach it, and I think I do a pretty good job at that. She had an issue with the jersey, right? True story. Order the jersey. I believe it's a BSN shop, which outfits a lot of youth sports athletes today. Jersey didn't fit right? Can't wear it, can't fit in it. I get on the phone. I call Chris. I say, Chris, here's the scenario. I've got this jersey. It's a Nike dry fit. It's navy blue with a very specific shade of Carolina blue lettering that says Gators across the front. The Nike swoosh is a certain color. The number on the back, no name on the back of this jersey. It's just a dry fit that we use. But the number also has to match the lettering in Carolina blue. Chris says, no worries. Send me a photo. I send him the photo. He creates the jersey. The dad goes and picks it up and says it is perfect. Looks identical to the first one, right? Just did this off of a photo. Helped us out. We were going to play some winter tournaments this year, so she didn't have the jersey. Now she does, all thanks to Chris at Warrior Logo Wear. That's the kind of operation they run over there at 12 East Main Street in Muscuda, Illinois.
Yeah, not surprised in the very least. They're the best in the business. That's why we send them. That's why we send everybody we know there, because they're the best in the business. I mean, what other is that even? I don't even. That's such a one-of-one story. It's unreal.
Yeah, unbelievable. And they do it. By the way, it's like the third time they've done something like this for me.
Yeah.
It's like every time, anytime I need anything, it's like boom, I'm going there, and they take care of it.
Well,
they just do a great job.
I was when I went and met with Chris. That's one of the things we were talking about. Like as a small business, like the impression that you have to make. You know, and the job that you have to do in situations like that, because for them, you know, he doesn't have a second, third, fourth store. They don't have franchises all over the place to rely on. Like they are their work. Their work is their reputation. Without a positive reputation, there's plenty of other places that you could go to have your sportswear needs met. But they make it to where there is only one choice, and it's Warrior Logo Wear, 12 East Main Street, Muscuda, Illinois. Awesome,
Love them.
man.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Best in the business of what they do. I think all the sponsors we have are really, really good at what they do. And nobody is better than Felix's Pizza Pub as far as pizza and wings go. They're at 1530 South Kirkwood Road in Sunset Hills. That's actually STL Kalachi. They're at 6401 Clayton Avenue in Dogtown. There's so many sponsors. We've had so many sponsors on this show here, and there's a lot of 1530s. Felix's Pizza Pub, not one of them there. 6401 Clayton Avenue in Dogtown. Best pizza and wings you're going to find. A City on Tap bar. I'm assuming you might be able to find those games easier coming up, but I still think the best place to watch them if you're going to go out of the house is at Felix's Pizza Pub. I love that place. We did the trivia night. They do a Stone trivia there on Tuesday nights, Eric. We hosted it one evening, actually, and brought a nice crowd out there. We've done watch parties there. Great people. Take a photo of your dog, and you can send that to them, and they'll put it up. Have you done that yet, Eric? I haven't done that with my dog yet, but I'd like to.
Every time we go in there, I'm like, all right, when we get home, I'll do this. And then
I think it's any pet. I think there are rabbits up there. I think there may be. I know there are cats. I think there may be a pig, a couple birds, maybe. Yeah.
They Jeffrey up there, or
we could. That'd be good. That's what we should do. You should put that in there, and I'm sure they would get it done. By the way, an inclusive wing place as well. It doesn't matter if you're flats. It doesn't matter if you're drummies. They welcome all.
Yeah, they don't judge.
And I'm sure if you go in there and you could pay a little bit extra to get drummies, because that's what people do sometimes, because it costs a little bit more because it's a more quality wing, you could do that at Felix's Pizza Pub at 6401 Clayton Avenue in Dogtown. Eric, what do we got this week?
Yeah, let's kick it off with some South End submissions. We'll kick it off with our man Tommy Beck. He said, since there has been some UFC talk on the pod, what is your all-time favorite fight and who had the most intimidating entrance of all time? Fight, I'm going Lawler McDonald 2, and entrance, I'm going Anderson Silva coming out to DMX.
Okay, let's think about this. Entrance, it's a cool entrance. I loved Israel Adesanya's entrance. I think he did it in Australia or New Zealand. He had like this whole dance thing going on. He had a lot of good ones. That was a good entrance. I don't know about intimidating entrances. I mean, dude, like Diego Sanchez, when he was walking down to the cage, was pretty intimidating.
Because he's an insane person.
Clay Guida had some good entrances as well.
Well, and that that fight has got to be up there.
Oh, man, that's great. Yeah. It is great. That's a good one. Lawler McDonald, too, is a good one. Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin, I think, is the one that jumps out at me immediately, just because of how important it was at the tough finale. Like Gaethje and Chandler had a good fight. McGregor and Diaz had a good fight. Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard. I don't know if you're like the second one. I think they had that fight.
Yeah,
that the second
was that
Frankie.
The one where, Edgar kept getting knocked down, but
dude,
still,
he got knocked down like 4 times in the first round and came back and won the fight. He had picked him up a couple times and had some ridiculous slams. And Gray was huge, by the way. Frankie was like a small lightweight.
Yeah,
like he was fighting.
Think Maynard was juiced out of his gills.
Maynard was enormous, and he had a tramp stamp. Maynard had a tramp stamp, if you remember. And so he was. I mean, that fight was great. The one that jumps out, though, this is a deep cut because it goes way back. And I don't know if people that are like new UFC fans would understand it or appreciate it, or even if they thought it was a good fight, but just like the moment was so cool. I think this goes back. This is like UFC 50 or something. But it's Matt Hughes and Frank Trigg 2. And that fight, dude, was so cool because like Matt Hughes, I mean, local guy, legend in the sport. Trigg had kneed him in the balls like in the first round, and Hughes like drops and the referee didn't see it, and then all of a sudden like Hughes ends up getting choked, almost unconscious, gets up to his feet, and then takes Trigg and runs with him across the cage and slams him, and then rear naked choke to win. It was incredible. Like that fight was really good. I don't know. There's a lot of good ones out there. Great question. I could talk about fights all day.
Yeah. Recency bias for me, Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, BMF title
great fight, dude. Great fight.
Izzy Pereira 2, the comeback fight for Izzy. But another Izzy fight pre-title, him and Kelvin Gastelum, when Gastelum was not really a contender, but he just has a head made of stone. Izzy hit him with everything he possibly could, and Gastelum just kept coming back at him. Sanchez, Guida, that fight. That was a 3-round fight. That was probably the most insane round I've ever seen.
How about the Czech Congo Pat Barry finish?
Oh my God! You talk about a fight with no implications. The two dudes just went in to just kill each other and tried to.
Oh my God!
Yeah, ultimate comeback. I can't, man. It's so hard to pick one fight. It's so hard to pick one fight. I really like. I mean, any Dustin Poirier fight. The one where he came back and knocked out McGregor, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, there's just so many.
Any
Derek Lewis fight.
Any Poirier fight, any Derek Lewis fight, any Justin Gaethje fight, any Michael Chandler fight, any Max fight. Like, those are all really good.
Yeah, I don't know if I can narrow.
One that you guys didn't mention that was one of my favorites was Henderson Bisping. Because
UFC 100.
Yes. You had that whole tough series
up to it, where
Forum
you got
of
to really
Death.
like You just heard Bisping talking for forever, and then Henderson just kind of like
God, that was
the whole
awesome.
way, and then just like punched his head through the surface of the ground.
That may be the greatest that might be the greatest knockout of all time. Like that might be.
That was vicious. What about the Jones? We didn't even say anything about either of the Jones Gustafsson fights.
That first one was great.
Yeah,
great fight.
Yeah, I can't pick one, but most intimidating entrance, bar none, is Pereira. And when Pereira, I can't remember which fight it was when he came out in the full, the full Brazilian, indigenous Brazilian makeup with the bow, doing the bow and arrow thing. Like that dude, I would not be in the same building as that man on Fight Night.
I know.
He's just.
It had to be an Izzy fight, was it not?
I don't know if it was the second or first Izzy fight. It could have been. Stare down champion of the world. Alex Pereira.
A lot of good ones. Man, there's a lot of good ones. You know, I like the God, I could talk about this all day. I swear to God. I like the Frank Mir Brock Lesnar fight, the second one. That was really good.
That was an absolute demolishment of Frank Mir.
Yeah, sorry, not the second one. The first one. The first one where Mir submitted Lesnar.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah,
because he was getting his ass beat, just getting, and it's like he knew what he was doing the whole time.
Just grabbed an ankle.
Yeah. Some good ones, man.
All day. We should do a podcast.
BJ Penn and George St. Pierre. Their first fight was really good. There's like a lot of good ones. All right, I'm done.
You got to move on because we won't. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, we'll do our best to move on, and of course we're going to move on with that guy, Zach Gorski. He said, last episode you didn't give any Southies to DW, and that is not okay, in all caps.
Gross.
So many categories to choose from that are no-brainers. Best host, best insurance agent, best person associated with any sport in
Are you
world.
Gorski's insurance agent? Is that what it is?
That injustice needs to be brought to light.
He's doing this for rates.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that the business has been handled, I have one real question. Where's the swag? I'm going to have to print my own SES gear to open up at Christmas. We need shirts or scarves or stickers. Anything I can put next to my frame picture of the double MCB on my desk. Come to think of it, maybe a plushy drummy with some SES stitch work would suffice. Make it happen, boys.
My God.
I want to put it out there that I'm not an insurance agent. That's the most offensive.
You are now.
That's the most offensive thing about that whole diatribe is that he called me an insurance agent.
I'm going to start calling you an insurance agent, I think, Dave.
It's not. It's just, it's false.
Well, now you're the new Spurry. That's what you're now. He didn't ask to be called Spurry either, but we did for years.
Agent Wyckoff.
So now you're the new insurance
agent.
Agent
Wyckoff. Well, I like
official
that.
Insurance agent.
You could call me an insurance agent if you call me Agent Wyckoff.
Agent Wyckoff. All right, yes. Gorski, please now refer to him as Agent Wyckoff from here on out. We used to have gear. I don't know if we have any still that we could just maybe float Gorski. Eric, you're kind of leading the marketing department while we still look for applications.
It was pre double MCB time.
It was. Yeah, once he came around, we stopped doing gear, and I feel like we could have capitalized on some people's love for him. We could have put his face on a T-shirt or something. Or hate. Yeah. I'd wear a double MCB T-shirt, I think.
I feel like now we got to make like it's just a 007 outline, but it's Dave, and it's just your insurance agent from there.
I've been wanting to change the logo for 2.5 years, so once we do that, maybe we'll...
Instead of 007, it's just a double MCB. And
yeah, we could do all sorts of things. I don't know. We have something laying around, don't we? No stickers, no nothing anymore?
I think we gave out the last of the
hats?
stickers at the last game. Hats
scarves?
and stuff. We need to
update. Yeah, for sure. That'll be a goal for 2026.
There you go. People will wear our logo. We'll make it. How about that?
Yeah.
Just each. I know my design for whatever. If we do a Eric version, it's going to be this shirt right here. It's just Gandalf hitting a sweet kickflip in front of a bunch of hobbits. Like, I mean, if that doesn't just say.
And we could have the logo on the underneath the board, kind of like what we're looking at right behind you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, send in your ideas for what we should do, because we'll probably have to get on that at some point, because we're terrible about that type of stuff.
Yeah. About as bad as that submission was, too, by the way.
Don't insult the listeners.
Then we'll head over to Discord before we get out of here tonight. The first one comes from our man Fetlord Colton. He said, "What is your family's must-watch holiday movie?"
All right, we got to put some parameters around what is a holiday movie. And this goes back to the same question we ask ourselves every year. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Dave, you have to have an opinion on this.
Yes.
Answer is yes. Eric?
I think the overall consensus that I typically see from people is yes.
He's asking you. He's asking you to take a stand.
Yeah. Answer me direct, Eric. Answer like a man.
You'll say yes or you believe yes.
Yes.
There you go.
That was a man. That was a man, sir.
Scared me a little bit. Yeah, I think it is too. God, go-to holiday movie. You know, Home Alone is really good.
Yeah.
I am what they call a fan of nostalgia, right? So it's kind of like what I grew up with. There's a lot of good Christmas movies out there, even recent ones that I've seen. People love Elf. Elf is good. I like Will Ferrell. It's funny. But there's a level of nostalgia about something that came out in the early 90s when I was a kid, watching it as a young tyke, and that's what Home Alone does for me. So I think that's probably going to be my answer for this.
Yeah. That It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story.
A little before my time. It's also sad, isn't it?
No, it's a happy ending.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Unfortunately, I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life, but
I don't think I have either.
Put that as their top Christmas movies. So I hear it's very emotional. So
I've heard the same. Christmas Story's great. You watch it a lot, on Christmas Eve leading into it, or Christmas Day, whatever. They show it for like 24 hours, or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do it.
They still do. Yep.
Yeah. That's on my list just for, like you said, the nostalgia. I remember going to my dad's house, and that's one of his favorite Christmas movies. So like we would sit there and just watch that. I feel like obviously Home Alone is probably my pick, but Jim Carrey's The Grinch is up there just because one of the gentlemen I used to support, he would watch it religiously throughout. And then it was kind of funny, like, unfortunately after he passed, I was like, I didn't really watch it as much. And then my kids got really into it like a couple years ago, and we were like, oh, Delaney loves her. We got this plushie. And then there was a Meet the Grinch and everything like that. And we went there, and she was definitely afraid of it. And she never watched it again. So she's getting back around to the Grinch. So
the Grinch, the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is possibly one of the most farcical Christmas tales ever told. And I don't think that gets talked about enough. And Katie and I talk about this all the time. The Grinch at the end gets to be the hero for
I saw Katie post about this 2 days ago on
saving
Facebook.
the Who's Christmas. The Grinch is the one who was trying to ruin Christmas for the Who's. You don't get to steal Christmas away and then have a sudden change of heart all of a sudden and bring everything back and act like everything's okay and then get to sit down to the feast and eat the roast beast after your ass just stole the roast beast. That's bullshit.
I don't like they call it roast beast. I don't like that.
Well, roast beast is a feast you can't stand in the least. I get it.
Did you just read the book tonight or
I just watched it last night.
Dave,
He's like got these off the top.
The depth of conversation that goes on in the Wyckoff household is far deeper than conversations that I guarantee that you and Kristen are having, and Sarah and I. So much deeper.
I think you're right on that. For sure. Yeah.
Only when it comes to the Grinch.
I love all the memes where it's like, you'd be a little grumpy too if every day you woke up to people singing about how ugly and terrible you are. And it's just like, he's up there.
But the Who's aren't bothering the Grinch, right? They just live below him. They just live in this little utopian communist society where everybody eats all their meals together, and they just love the holidays.
Is that not unlike other movies, though? Like the Trolls, like with the Bergens, right? Don't they become friends of everyone, too, at some point? Like, I think it's a story of forgiveness. It's a nice quality.
Yeah, that's a good point. But now I have a problem with that because the Bergens were eating the Trolls, and now they get to be friends. Now I've got
eating them.
Now I've got beef with the Trolls franchise. Damn it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of movies like that.
Tomorrow night, Dave's going to be like, I got our dinner topic, Katie.
Yeah.
It's not going to last till tomorrow night. I'm going upstairs right after this. Yeah. We're going to talk Trolls.
Trolls, yeah. Because, I mean, they were cooking them. They were cooking the Trolls. Oh,
I love that movie, dude. Those movies are great. Like,
I'm
a huge Justin Timberlake guy anyway.
I am too, and that's become a hot topic in my house because he's, I don't know, Sarah's team Britney and all this, and I try and stay out of all that stuff. This goes back into, can you separate? We talked about this like 3 weeks ago.
Separating the art from the artist. Yep.
Can you separate the art from the artist? Look, I think Timberlake is amazing. Like one of the most talented guys. I liked his music. I think he's funny. He's a good actor. I've always been a fan,
Yeah.
And but some of the stuff that he was doing with like Fallon on Saturday Night Live, was really good. Like
he's been called the first quadruple threat because he can sing, dance, act drama, act comedy. I mean, I've always thought him as like a modern day Michael Jackson, really. Like,
I agree.
in terms of like his talent. And this
who
just
else I
became
put
a
in
Justin
that category?
Timberlake podcast. Bruno Mars.
I'll tell you, I'll put another guy in that category, Dave. I'm going to say Jamie Foxx is in that category as well.
Can Jamie Foxx dance?
Oh yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Can he? Has Jamie Foxx done
he
like
can definitely dance? He
did the Ray movie. Has he put out his own?
He did the Ray
music
soundtrack.
material? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's got songs.
Okay.
He had a great song called "Unpredictable" with Ludacris in like 2005.
Did that song with Kanye that like
Kanye, slow jams. He was singing on that, I think.
I don't know. I disregard anything with Kanye. So, but I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit for the other stuff, though.
But Jamie Foxx, man, talented guy. Timberlake, talented guy. There's a couple of them out there. I've always thought that about Jamie Foxx, though. Because he could legit do stand up as well, which is a whole.
He started comedy.
Didn't he start with Jam?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was he on? Was he on In Living Color? Was he on that show?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He was on some sort of show.
He was in the classic movie Booty Call, also.
Ooh, yes.
Booty Call. Jamie Foxx.
He also played Willie Beeman. And
Steamin' Willie Beeman?
Steamin' Willie Beeman.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, this podcast really touches all subjects. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on another one that I think should be a clear winner on this, but KVK came in and said peanut butter trees from Reese's or Christmas tree cakes from.
Oh, for the love of God!
This is so easy.
Is it though?
It is for me.
I really don't want to admit this, but
this isn't as easy as I thought it would be.
Groups anyway. I don't think I've ever had a Christmas tree from Little Debbie.
Have you ever had like a zebra cake? It's like the same thing.
So that's what
very similar.
I mean, they're the same. Brand,
same
everything, right?
thing.
Is it just they put
very
it?
similar.
Well, I mean, so are Reese's, but they put them in a tree shape.
Yeah, but man, something about a holiday Reese's hits
egg
different.
Holiday, and then the Christmas, yes.
And the pumpkin. Like
I was going to say, which this could be a subcategory. You could have the tree, the pumpkin, or the egg, or the cup.
Yeah. For me, it's because there's more peanut butter in it.
I agree. I love it.
Is there more peanut butter?
Oh yeah,
I would.
It's better yield. Yeah,
Got more higher yield.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think I'm going Christmas tree cake.
I've seen, if anything, I've seen more ways that you can turn that stuff into like a dip at a holiday party. Christmas tree cakes where people will do that, all sorts of different recipes, and then you grab like
people are making
a
zebra
sugar
cake
cookie,
dip,
graham cracker, and you dip.
Oh my
you
God.
use that as the dip.
Sarah makes a dip similar to that with a little Teddy Graham. You could use a graham cracker or whatever. We use Teddy Grahams.
I do. That's
and
good
it's
stuff.
got.
Brings you back.
It's
to
not
Dunkaroo
zebra
days.
cake dip. I don't know what it calls it, like a birthday cake dip. I don't know, but it's got like
yeah.
You brought
Man,
that
it's
one
really-
year for the
really
one
good.
holiday. I remember. you
Yeah,
brought that
that's good.
Somewhere.
That's one of those dips that you got to leave somewhere because otherwise I'm going to go ham on that thing.
Yeah, dips always stay where the location because they're not coming.
I
home.
love dips.
Yeah,
I love
big,
dips.
big dip fan.
You ever watch Only Murders in the Building?
I have not. I've heard good things.
Dave, you would like that show a lot.
I think so. It looks fun.
I'm a huge Martin Short fan. Love Martin Short. Always thought Martin Short is hilarious. And his character in that eats dips for dinner all the time. He talks about it quite a bit. So, but man, that's a good show. I didn't watch I didn't really watch the second or third season. Sarah watched them all, but the first season of that's really good. And Steve Martin's great. Martin Short though, man, I don't know. That's a very funny actor. I loved his Jiminy Glick character from back in the day. Just always been a fan.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
These are the real questions people want to know. Thank you, KVK.
Yeah. then I got one more before we head out tonight. So I saw this one and I figured this would be a fun one to end on. Pick a movie. You'll keep one actor, and the rest are played by Muppets. What movie are you going with?
Scarface.
Wait.
I was gonna say either Scarface or John Wick. I feel like you have to have like a standalone,
just like, badass,
just dude, like one actor that's the main primary focus. Because if you have a bunch of others, you're missing out on different.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Pacino interacting with Muppets throughout that film?
Yes,
it'd be unbelievable.
Dude, it'd be so hilarious.
I've got more.
Yeah, you gotta go route.
I've got
Goodfellas.
More
Goodfellas, I think could be good as well. And I don't know who would be the actor though. I think I kind of want to see Pesci maybe interact with some of these guys.
Yes,
that would be good. But I also want to see Pesci as a Muppet. So like I don't know.
Pulp Fiction. Samuel L. Jackson
would be the only character.
Is the only character.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good too.
Just have Gladiator out
Gladiator.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, we got to think of some serious movies now, not just kill everybody.
Those are serious movies.
The
dramas. Dramas.
Oh, there's drama in all those movies.
Godfather.
Dramas.
And you just keep Marlon Brando, and it's Godfather. Oh man, that's too much. The Lord of the Rings movies would be hilarious. I just keep Ian McKellen. Just keep Gandalf.
Yeah. And just the rest of the Muppets. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
You gotta think of some really sad movie like Steel Magnolias or something like that, where it's just a cry fest the whole time, but only one character's human and the rest are Muppets. Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private. Do Rocky, where it's just like Rocky just beating the hell out of puppets.
Yeah.
Any kind of fight movie that would be good for her.
Or just like a rom-com that would be, or like.
Oh my God, a rom-com with Muppets.
In love with like a.
Oh man,
you got the Notebook where Ryan Gosling's just like, "What do you want?" to a Muppet.
We live in a world where AI is everywhere. This is what I need in my life. I need AI-generated movies with all Muppets and one main character. That's what I need.
If you can extend this segment out, I'll see if I can do something real quick.
Can ChatGPT help me out?
That would be great.
Oh, that's
I'm
wonderful.
trying to think of any movies I've seen here lately that would.
It's been a while.
That would be great. Boy, the movie industry it's still going so strong, but as far as like in movie theaters, like
shit's really about to hit the fan. Have you guys paid attention to what's going on between Paramount, Warner Brothers, and Netflix?
No.
At all. So Netflix has made an agreement to buy Warner Brothers, and Paramount apparently also was trying to buy Warner Brothers, and now they're attempting to subvert that deal and create like a hostile takeover to where they're offering all the shareholders a higher per share price directly than Netflix is to actual Warner Brothers. It's a whole deal, man. Like we're talking like almost $100 billion. It's seismic shift in the way that if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers and everything that goes with Warner Brothers, that's going to have a huge impact on theaters. Think about movies. Think about the Warner Brothers brand and all the movies that go through movie theaters. Well, if Netflix owns the whole thing, is there really a need for it anymore? It's huge.
There's always like this, I can't do it as a content policy issue for this that I'm trying to create. So I'm going to work on this. We might have it for later. But anyway, I think there's something to going to the movies. It's fun. I mean, it's hard to match the experience. Yeah, and like, the sound is better, the picture's better, all those things. But it is really easy to stream movies. It is really easy to stream movies at home,
And it doesn't cost me $100 a person.
That's the thing. It is not cheap to go. I don't know, man. It would change things for sure. It's not the first time that industry has been disrupted. I mean, look at what happened with Netflix originally with Blockbuster, right? Mm-hmm. Like in the video rental stores. So things are constantly evolving. I hate when things like this happen because it makes me feel old, because it makes me long for a simpler time when things were different. But at the same time, there is a convenience aspect of it, which is nice. So I don't know. I recently bought a DVD player, by the way. Dave, I bought the first DVD that I bought with the DVD player was the entire first season of Playmakers, just to throw that out there.
Can we have a Playmakers party? Jesus.
Awesome. Yeah, sure. By the way, with the DVDs, here's what you don't get with the streaming. You get all the bonus features, Dave. Lots of bonus features.
Yeah, some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Got a whole disc. Yeah. Got a whole disc of bonus features with all of these.
You know what was a real banger? Was that theme song for Playmakers. I always thought that was a real underrated.
It was. That show was underrated. Like, that show, if the NFL didn't step in, that show could have continued on.
Oh, my God.
I just didn't like the scandal that it stirred up.
Well, yeah, too real.
It was. No, the whole show was great. Yeah, theme song was great. All of it was great. Yeah. Loved it.
Awesome. Eric?
Do we have anything else? Is that it?
Yeah, I said on this last one we'll head on.
That's all the submissions we had after 2 weeks. That's the only submissions we had. People are in holiday mode.
They're probably all direct. They might all be directed towards me, so he might not want to read them.
Filter those out. Yeah.
Oh, I've been doing that for months.
It's good.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's good.
Trust me, if Gorski's makes it through the cracks, then they're definitely not getting filtered out because nobody's higher up on that.
You know what's funny? I don't think Gorski submitted the last week that Wyckoff wasn't on the show. I've been thinking about that a little bit.
No, I brought that up. I was like, it's interesting that he's not here.
It is. And he comes back and
it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
And he's doing this silly stuff to try and throw us off. Like, I'm not an insurance agent. I can't got that wrong. What a real mess up. Like,
I'm playing 4D chess here.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Eric, where can people submit these submissions to?
Please keep them coming. We enjoy them on Instagram. We're South End Supporters. Our Twitter and our Reddit is _SES_podcast STL. Make sure you also check out our Facebook page and our YouTube. That way you keep up with all things South End Supporters.
I want to say thanks, as always, to all of our sponsors, especially our title sponsor here at Ready to Live Wellness, 1530 South Kings Highway Boulevard. Remember, if you are looking to get swole like Eric Cole, you've got to check out Ready to Live Wellness. And Warrior Logo Wear, the official swag sponsor of this fine podcast and the studio sponsor. They're located at 12 East Main Street in Muscuda, Illinois. STL Kolache at 1530 South Kirkwood Road in Sunset Hills. They are the official handheld food. I've said it on this air, the official handheld food of South End Supporters. You can check them out again at 1530 South Kirkwood Road in Sunset Hills. That is STL Kolache. Felix's Pizza Pub brings you the South End submissions every single week. 6401 Clayton Avenue in Dogtown. The best pizza and wings you're going to find on this or any side of the river. And Elite FT, 101 The Game Drive in Glen Carbon, Illinois, inside of the Sports Academy. For Eric Cole, for the Monday Morning center back Dave Wyckoff, my name is David Heck. You've been listening to South End Supporters. We'll see you next week. And until then, let's go City.